This past week, Samsung invited me for an exclusive early look at their newest upcoming Galaxy devices. These devices included the Galaxy Watch 6, the Z Flip 5, the Z Fold 5, and of course, the device that you guys all clicked on this video for, the Tab S9 Ultra. Within the showroom, there were dedicated sections for each device. When we made our way over to the Tab S9 section, we were presented with the regular Tab S9, the Tab S9 Plus, and the behemoth, still at 14.6 inches, the Tab S9 Ultra. This year on the regular Tab S9, we do get an AMOLED panel instead of an LCD panel, so that's a nice change I feel like many of you guys will appreciate. As per usual, every time I pick up the Tab Ultra, my initial impression is always, wow, this thing is massive, but not in a bad way. Somehow, some way, Samsung manages to make this tablet ultra thin and somehow manageable to use with both hands. You don't feel like you're holding onto something awkward. The ergonomics of this tablet is fantastic, and this year it's not any different with the Tab S9 Ultra. There are some improvements to the Tab S9 Ultra that will have many of you excited. I know as a tablet enthusiast myself, I was hyped. How's it going, everyone? My name is RJ, and this past week I got to spend around 2 hours with this behemoth of a tablet, and I have some thoughts. This is the third video I'm releasing today, so if you guys haven't already done so, make sure you check out my first impressions on the Z Fold 5 and the Z Flip 5. Trust me, you guys don't want to miss those videos. Also, make sure you do subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell because full reviews of the latest Samsung Galaxy devices are coming to the channel, so stay tuned for that. The Tab S9 Ultra has a lot going on for it. Over on the back, there is a new floating camera design with a dual camera setup, deviating away from the previous placement within the black bar seen on the Tab S8 Ultra. Design is subjective, and in my opinion, I think the new camera setup overhaul gives the Tab S9 a fresh, clean, distinctive look that separates it from the rest of the tablets in the competition. All models of the Tab S9 will be available in either beige or graphite. My go-to color with Samsung devices is either Phantom Black or graphite, so you guys already know which color I'm going to be picking up. The dual camera setup features a 13 megapixel main camera and an 8 megapixel ultra-wide lens, which is a slight 2 megapixel improvement for the ultra-wide angle lens this year. Over on the front, we have a 12 megapixel wide and a 12 megapixel ultra-wide angle camera, and dare I say, in the correct position. You are able to frame and center yourself perfectly using this tablet for video calls without having to awkwardly stare down to the left of your tablet, like some other tablets out there. iPad. Of course, the Tab S9 Ultra features a massive 14.6-inch dynamic AMOLED display powered by the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chipset for Galaxy, a chipset that is well known for performance and efficiency. This is the same overclock chipset that's found on the S23 Ultra, and this phone is an absolute beast when it comes to performance. So on-the-go gaming with this tablet should be fantastic, given that it does come with 12GB of RAM and 256GB of internal storage for your base variant. It also does support microSD memory card expansion for up to 1TB. There's also a 512GB variant and a 1TB variant available at launch depending on your storage needs. The 1TB variant does come with slightly more RAM at 16GB. Gaming on the Tab S8 Ultra was one of my favorite things to do. I used to play a lot of League of Legends Wild Rift on that tablet for like 3 hours a day, and it was such a pleasure to play a mobile game on a 14.6-inch AMOLED panel. I don't have the biggest hands in the world, but somehow I managed to play Wild Rift without straining my fingers. When you're holding this tablet in your hands, it feels like you're holding onto nothing but just a screen. It's such a futuristic design with the thin bezels and the super color accurate display. The display is incredible. It features an adaptive refresh rate from 60 to 120 Hz, and it's such a pleasure to interact with. Imagine watching content like TikTok on a tablet of this size, or watching a movie on Netflix. The experience is just so immersive. This year, the Tab S9 Ultra does come with a quad stereo speaker setup with Dolby Atmos support. 2 speakers are found on either side of the tablet, and the sound coming out of this thing is impressive. If you love consuming media on a tablet, it doesn't get any better than this setup. With the Tab S9 Ultra, the combination of a massive display and surround sound speakers, you'll definitely get lost watching any cinematic movie. It is that immersive. By the way, if you are wondering, all models of the Tab S9 will come with a quad stereo speaker setup with Dolby Atmos support. So no matter which model of the Tab S9 you decide to pick up, the sound coming out of this thing will be exceptional. Straight out of the box, the Tab S9 Ultra is running Android 13 with Samsung's own One UI skin on top. In my short time with the device, interactions with this tablet felt great. The animations were solid and the overall fluidity felt smooth. All in all, a good initial impression in the performance department. You guys will be happy to know that this tablet does support both a physical and an eSIM. So if you ever do decide to travel with the Tab S9 Ultra and you do need to connect it to the internet, just grab yourself an eSIM plan. They are relatively inexpensive and there is no hassle of physically needing to go into a mobile carrier and get a SIM card. If you're looking for a tablet that delivers on convenience, this is it. Now, in terms of battery life, I expect the Tab S9 Ultra to be an absolute beast. Remember, I only spent around 2 hours with this device, but earlier I did mention that the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chipset is known for its battery efficiency. Currently, I'm daily driving the S23 Ultra and I just can't find a way to kill this phone in one day. That's just how good the battery life is on this phone, and that's mainly thanks to the optimized efficiency of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy. With an 11,200 mAh battery, I expect the Tab S9 Ultra to have phenomenal long-lasting battery life. Biometrics wise, we have an on-screen fingerprint scanner. One thing Samsung does very well is biometrics. Obviously, I didn't get a chance to set up my fingerprint on their showcase Tab S9 Ultra, but judging from my past experiences with Samsung fingerprint scanners, I expect this one to be flawless. But of course, all of that still remains to be seen in testing, so make sure you guys do subscribe for the full review. A big change you guys will all be excited for is that this year, Woodnotes is finally coming to Android. Well, Samsung does have exclusivity with Woodnotes for 1 year, and then it will be available on all Android devices. But this means that the Tab S9 Ultra will come with Woodnotes, one of my favorite note-taking apps. With the purchase of a Tab S9, you'll get a 1 full year version of Woodnotes for Android. I am currently taking Korean classes trying to learn Korean, and I jot down all of my notes on Woodnotes. It is such an easy app to use with many useful features. If you haven't given Woodnotes a shot and you're a student watching this, download it ASAP, you'll be glad that you did. Speaking of jotting down notes, the S Pen can now magnetically attach and charge on the Tab S9 Ultra in either direction. In the past, we could only charge it in one direction. This year, any which way you want to attach your S Pen is fine. A very minor change that will inevitably make a lot of users happy just for the convenience factor alone. In case you're wondering, the S Pen does come included with your purchase, so no need to purchase it separately. Accessories wise, this thing offers a lot of accessories that you can pick up. Some of my favorite are the book cover keyboard, the smart book cover, and the note paper screen. The book cover keyboard that Samsung offers is fantastic. I love it for typing out long scripts for YouTube videos and lab reports at work. It almost feels like a full-size keyboard while typing with good key travel and excellent feedback. I feel like this year, all of the upgrades we've seen on the Tab S9 Ultra were necessary upgrades to make this feel like a full-fledged competitive tablet. The speaker improvements alone this year is huge. You get sound coming at you from all directions and it sounds great. The S Pen can now be placed in any direction on the back to charge, a minor change that a lot of users will appreciate. Also, the improved performance thanks to the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy will without a doubt improve performance and more importantly battery efficiency. And let's not forget, with the addition of apps like Woodnotes, this tablet now becomes a more viable option for students. Note-taking on a 14.6-inch AMOLED panel should be a surreal experience with all of that useful screen real estate. If you are in the market for an Android tablet that quite literally has it all, the Tab S9 Ultra is the way to go. I do have a few pre-order deals for you guys in the description below, so if you guys want to save some money while at the same time supporting the channel, make sure to go check out those links. If you made it till the end of this video, drop a dolphin emoji down in the comments below. I want to know exactly who my true supporters are. As always, thank you so much for watching and don't forget to flex with your Tab S9 Ultra tech.